This segment is on how to see the human aura. Well, actually it's how to see auras, because auras emanate from everything and everyone. One of the most popular areas of study in the whole parapsychological field appears to be auras. People want to be able to see auras, and it's very, very simple. You may be seeing auras now and not even realize it. The human aura extends from the body out several feet, depending upon the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health of the person. So how do we see the human aura? Well, in the beginning, you set up ideal conditions, okay? If you're working with someone else and the two of you want to practice it, find a white background. Like here we have the flip chart pad, okay? And what I might do is have someone sit in a chair in front of the flip chart pad, and so we can see the aura around their head. Now, I suggest you use a white background or black background. And the person whose aura you're going to look at, preferably, would have on white or black. Well, why? Because once you start seeing color, you know what happens? Your intellect starts going and you start thinking, well, that's simply the opposite color of that color they have on, or it's a reflection from that color, and the intellect gets in the way. So rather than have that kind of thing get in your way, have a white background or a black background. Have a white clothing or black clothing, either one. When I'm doing this in a workshop, I usually wear a black outfit so that people do not have that problem, okay? The first thing I do with them is I have them go through relaxation. And by that, I mean I have them tense and relax the muscles in their toes, their legs, their thighs, working up the body, clenching their fists, relaxing, tensing up the muscles in their face, relaxing them. Because when we are relaxed, we are more aware of, we have keener perception of physical sight, physical touch, physical smell, physical everything. So this takes us now into the realm of higher vibration, and so that helps us to see on a higher, finer level of energy. That's all seeing auras is refocusing your eyes to see on a higher, finer level of energy. That's all it is. So after people are all relaxed and so on, I will say to them, now half open your eyes in an unblinking, relaxed look, not a hard stare, okay? Because the more relaxed the muscles are around your eyes, etc., the more you'll be able to see on this higher, finer level of energy. So then you would look at the person, only you don't really look at them, you look to the side of them, because this is where the energy is radiating from them. It's all over their body, you know, from head to toe. They have an aura that extends out many feet, etc. And so you want to look from your peripheral vision. There's something about the rods and cones, and I always forget what it is. So you use your peripheral vision to see on a higher, finer level of energy, looking where the aura radiates from the body in this ideal condition of white background, maybe black outfit, etc. And then you will probably begin to see something like the light around a lighted match, or the energy around a lighted match, you know, that wavy kind of energy. Some people will see a haze, or a glow, or an intensification of the color behind the person you're looking at. Many people, but not everybody, see color in the beginning. I did not. Mine started out with that haze, that glow. I thought there was something wrong with my eyes, so I went to the ophthalmologist, nothing wrong with my eyes. Then when I began to see color, just to rule out that it's something physical that we know about, no, I didn't have glaucoma or any of those kinds of things. And so I realized, yes, okay, I'm seeing the aura. Quite often people will see a whiteness, and so they think the person's aura is white. Well, it's not. It's the beginning of the seeing of the color, etc. Because the aura is multi-layered and multicolored, if one person is looking here in my aura and another person is looking here in my aura, they may say, this one may say they see yellow and this one might say they see blue. So people think, well, it's subjective. No. If everyone is looking at the same layer of the aura, in the same part of the physical body, they're going to see the same color, if they see color, because that's what's there. It's like looking at me, and unless you're colorblind, you'll see a yellow dress, because that's what's here, okay? So you look. Now, what happens quite often is that you may begin to see the aura, and my body may appear to disappear. And so that we'll talk about that in a minute. But also, quite often what a person does is they begin to see color and they get so excited, they get their eyes back into the focus of looking on this denser level of energy. Okay? What you do is you refocus your eyes. You know how you look at your hand and your eyes are in one focus, and you look at a distance and your eyes automatically refocus. It's an automatic thing. Well, what you're doing here is you are consciously attempting to see on a higher, finer level of energy. So let's say I'm looking at the aura here of my cameraman, and I see his aura, and I get all excited, and I blink. My eyes automatically go back to the focus of seeing on this denser level of energy. So it might appear as if the aura appears and disappears, but it doesn't, okay? When you're first trying to see an aura, it's easiest seen, as I said, in the conditions so far, in a semi-dark room, soft lighting, okay? Going through the relaxation, etc. Now, after a while, you'll be able to see the aura in sunlight, moonlight, dark room, lighted room, whatever, it doesn't matter, etc. Once you get accustomed to that focus to see on this higher, finer level of energy. But after a while, you won't have to set up ideal conditions, black dress, etc. It's like when you rode a two-wheeler, we're learning how. Your parents put the training wheels on. Maybe they walked alongside of you. But for the rest of your life, you didn't have your parent walking alongside of you with the training wheels on. So it's the same kind of thing. You get the feel of that focus. Now, Snickers here wants me to communicate to you that you can also see the auras of animals. And if Snickers were down on the floor, well, I could see it here, but if she were down on the floor and asleep, I would sit here and I would refocus my eyes to see on a higher, finer level of energy, and I would see Snickers' aura. Then, what I would do as an experiment, and I invite you to do it too, of course, is then send love to your pet. I would send love to Snickers and watch the aura get bigger and brighter, okay? And probably she would wake up because she would feel the energy. She would feel something going on. And practice out in nature. Go out in nature, flowers, trees, etc. As we look at these trees up here in this backyard, and you refocus your eyes and you see at a higher, finer level of energy, you'll see the aura of the trees. And you can tell which ones are healthy, which ones aren't doing so well, because of the aura of the trees. Then take a plant, or a bouquet of flowers, or whatever, and put it on a table, and look at the aura, you know, and then send love and healing to the plant, and watch the aura expand. Because everything responds to energy being sent to it. Animals, plants, people, inanimate objects, and I'm going to show you a few in a minute here. I have some Kirlian photographs in this segment on auras. You heard me refer to Kirlian, K-I-R-L-I-A-N, a system founded, we'll call it, by Semyon and Valentina Kirlian, taking pictures of the aura. And when I was in England, there was a set of postcards for sale that I bought. And here you'll see in color. In the other segment on auras, I showed you the Kirlian, excuse me, in black and white. Well, here is a sprig of freshly cut parsley. And take a look at the aura radiating from this freshly cut parsley. It looks vital. It looks healthy. Think what that will do to your body, how it will energize your body, that fresh parsley. Then here is a freshly cut piece of organic whole wheat bread. Look at the vitality in that picture. Just look at that. That's what will feed your body, feed you physically, feed your organs, make you healthy. That's the vitality there. And that's what will show in your aura, that kind of vitality. Then here, I put my glasses on for this one. Here we have a piece of freshly cut cauliflower. The top left here is the small piece freshly separated from the whole. Top right, immediately after cutting into small pieces, the effective energy release is so strong that the paper appears yellow. The bottom left, some 20 minutes later, energy is still being released in sufficient quantities to cover the paper. Bottom right, same piece after 11 days, 1 day before final decay. So you can see the vitality in the food that you eat. Now this one is an interesting one. This is an English coin, and the aura was taken, and you can see everything has an aura. Tables, chairs, coins, everything. And then a healer concentrated on the coin. Didn't touch it, just concentrated sending healing to the coin. And look what happened to that coin, the aura of the coin. Not only did it get wider and brighter, but it remained that way a day later, 2 days later, a week, etc. So we affect animate, inanimate things, live, things that are not alive, etc. I have a very dramatic curly here, which has been enlarged, obviously. This is the finger pad of a healer, taken before she was doing a healing. Her name is Ethel Deloche, and she was taken into the lab. They took her curly and photographed. A man was brought in who had a wen, which I understand is layers of dead skin on his arm, and he had it for years. And she was told to do a healing on him. So she touched him, did a healing. When she felt the healing was working, she nodded her head, and they took another curly in. And take a look at that. This is the energy that people feel when they're getting a healing from a healer. Before, you know, when this was first taken back in, I think it was 73, they thought it was an anomaly of the machine, but it's been repeated many times, etc. Then here we have enlarged too, curly photograph of someone who is very angry. Take a look at the energy in their aura. You know how we can feel it, we can see it. I told you how to see it, etc. To help you with this experience, I made a CD on how to see auras. So if you'd like the CD, you know where to contact us. Also, my book, Intuition Made Easy, it's got all the techniques in it, how to do psychometry, Introduction to Experiencing Psychic Energy, how to see auras. You could take this book and teach a class with it, a 6-week class with it. It's got a step-by-step, it's got the script in it, the pauses, everything in it, explanations. So have fun and play with it. Don't get so serious and try so hard. When you try hard, then it won't work. You know, when your parents used to say, well, if you try harder in school, you know, you'll do better. Well, with psychic things, you have to relax into it and just let it happen and pay attention to it. So play with this. I tell people, if you don't see auras, you've been trying and you don't see them, pick out a lecture on a subject you think is intensely boring. Go to that lecture, pay your money, and try to follow what the speaker's saying. You'll get so bored, you'll zone out, and your eyes will automatically refocus on another level, and you'll see the aura. In church, I have looked at the auras of many priests and ministers, and you can tell the ones who really are speaking from their heart, and those who are doing an intellectual exercise, by how wide and bright and all-encompassing their aura becomes. Have fun with it, play with it, let me know how it works for you.